Okay, so part 2 of the labor and delivery.
Part 2, we're at maybe 6 a.m. now, and the doctor says this is now, 14 hours or so, 16 hours into it. The doctor looks at all the information and says, okay, C-section.
Wait, the doctor what?
He goes, meconium, irregular heartbeat, because the baby has meconium, the heart rate was going a little low. And he goes...
He had been pushing it down so low,
now,
I think it was stressing the baby
So she's been in labor since 2 o'clock in the afternoon to now it's 7 in the morning, and the doctor's like, look, you're in labor for 17 hours, you're at 3 centimeters. He goes, minimum 7 to 9 more hours. And she already was going to die 100 times.
Oh, and I was in active labor, and I was only dilated to a 3.
Yeah. That's right.
You have to get to 10 to deliver?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this could be 7 to 9 more hours or more.
Yeah, and he's like, the baby needs to come out way before
Something that was
that.
important that was going on is she tells them that she's allergic to lithium. Lidocaine.
Oh, you're allergic to lidocaine?
Thinking of batteries for lidocaine.
What's lidocaine used for?
Pain.
Anesthesia and stuff.
It's like a numbing thing, too.
Yeah. So lidocaine. So the
So
anesthesiologist.
she wasn't going to take any anesthesia?
Well, the anesthesiologist is there. He's like, this is a big deal. He goes, it's very, very rare. That you're, so he's asking very detailed questions. How do you know that?
Because
has a doctor analyzed and told you you're allergic to this drug? And she's like, no, it's the dentist said probably because you had a seizure about some dental thing. And he's like,
and it's happened more than once.
I remember. I know about
So now
this.
they can't give her the epidural.
Oh, no.
Because she said that but the anesthesiologist is like, he doesn't want to give her it and then get sued. So he's like, we're going to do a practice. You're going to try some other drug, but we can't give you the epidural now. So you're going to deal with the pain some more, which wasn't so good. So, but at that point, we deliberated for a couple minutes. We went with the doctor's recommendation.
Which was?
Cesarean.
Okay.
And he ordered something up, and within about 12, 13 minutes, she was getting carted off to her room. I was waiting out in the hallway for a few minutes until they set it up. Then
Did you get to scrub in?
I wore all the scrubs.
Okay.
Make sure of that. Then you go in there, and the baby came in about 12 minutes.
No way.
Yeah.
All that and then just 12 minutes?
Maybe total 20 minutes from the moment she went into that room.
The baby's heartbeat really was dropping, and he could see that the delivery was so far off that I had no choice.
A friend of mine, an old friend that I heard through the grapevine, baby died because of
meconium?
Yeah. The baby
Explain the meconium thing. I don't.
Well, because it's a toxin,
The baby
basically.
he's supposed to wait until he's born to take his first poop. If he takes his first poop while he's in the uterus, then the amniotic fluid, which is that's his
life source.
That's what he's eating.
Right.
in and out. The meconium is so sticky because it's his first poop. Yeah. It'll stick in his lungs. It's very toxic.
Yeah. So the doctor can tell by the heartbeat that the baby is distressed. A little bit. And he goes, you know what? It's not distressed a lot. He goes, very small, but we're 7 to 9 hours away, so the baby's going to be distressed for 7, 9, 10 more hours.
We're talking more hours because at that point
I want to know what you were thinking. What was going on in your head?
What were you thinking, Lindsay?
You know what? Honestly, what I was thinking is bullshit.
About what?
We don't need a cesarean. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking doctors are just telling me what they want to make more money.
Oh my God.
Because I immediately have these thoughts in my mind. But then
I have a great part.
But I actually fundamentally got past that and knew that I needed pain relief at that time because my body was in so much shock. And I wanted him to be born healthy.
So the anesthesiologist, while we were in the operating room, right before they
you were concerned about
did the first
survival
cut,
at that point.
Right before they did the first cut, the doctor goes to her, and I don't know if you remember because you were really drugged up, but he looks you in the eye, and he goes, you are requesting a cesarean.
Well,
yes. Shit. you are getting these drugs. Yes. You agree to that. Yes. You are right there.
He
the
did
baby
that?
came. Yes.
They have to.
I don't remember.
I was maybe 16 inches away from him, saying it right in her face. Yes. Okay.
Did you say yes?
Cut.
Did you say yes?
Yes.
I don't remember. I would have said anything he wanted me to hear. I would have sang him a show tune. I was so out of it. I hadn't
You
slept.
are making this request to have a cesarean right now. It's yes. So then the baby came, and the baby did have meconium in his lungs.
A lot of meconium.
Probably like 2 ounces.
They filled up. Mark took pictures of it. How big was that cut?
Maybe like 2 ounces.
I couldn't believe they sucked all that out of.
So yeah, I watched.
How did he get out of his?
So
How did he get out of his
pediatrics
lungs?
comes if there's meconium.
I
So
don't
it's a
think it
separate
got into his
doctor.
lungs. I think it was just in his.
So you have 3 doctors in there. One from pediatrics, one that does the cesarean, and one for the anesthesiologist. And that guy works on the baby as soon as the baby comes out. And that guy, because of meconium, because only 5-10% have meconium, you have to make sure the meconium's out because they can have problems later on because it's
toxic.
Yeah, toxic.
Hi.
And that's that.
It's poo.
Yeah, and then we had a healthy baby, and I didn't realize how big of a surgery a cesarean is. It's painful recovery.
I got to see most of it, but I looked down and I was taking care of the baby when they pulled out the
Don't they pull out the parts?
placenta, and I missed it.
You missed it?
So freaking pissed.
You weren't recording?
I'm sad that I didn't get a
I
picture
recorded a
of
little,
that,
but-
all that stuff.
It was very, very hard. There was so many people walking around.
What does it?
and I was
How
trying to
many
take
people were in the
pictures.
room?
Maybe 10.
Oh, a lot of
3
people.
doctors and like 7 nurses?
I felt like I had a whole
Maybe
team.
9 or 10 people.
And I
3
felt
doctors. The pediatrics guy, he had at least 1 assistant. The doctor had 2 assistants. The anesthesiologist had an assistant. And then there was people doing like bringing stuff, clean stuff and moving stuff and whatever.
And he got to watch the baby after the baby got pulled out of me, but I was strapped on the table, and I felt like they worked on me forever sewing me up. To you, it probably didn't
They
feel
probably
like
sewed
much.
you up in maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20 tops.
But when you're waiting to hold your baby for the first time,
I'd say the whole
that
entire,
is an eternity.
the whole entire procedure from the moment you got wheeled in to the moment that you got, so the doctor walked out, 60 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it really was very professional.
Very fast.
So you would recommend Cedars to other pregnant women?
Cedars was good. They've been
Positive
great.
experience?
Yeah, I think Cedars has been wonderful.
I feel like
to
this has been a
us.
testimonial for Cedars right now.
Yeah, I mean, but I still would go for.
Kind of like one of those Microsoft commercials.
I still think a home birth or just a natural birth is better. I still think
What would
that.
have you done?
But what would have happened if
You
you
would
had
have
the
been
natural
screwed. You
birth
would have
and
had
the
to go to the
meconium
hospital.
would have come? You would have to wait
You
for
would
the
have to go.
No,
ambulance.
honey,
and
listen, my water broke at 5 a.m. I didn't have a cesarean for over 4 hours later.
Yeah.
If
No,
I
but the
would have been at a
meconium,
birthing
though.
center with meconium,
No, you
you
would have
have
been
plenty
screwed.
of time to go to the hospital.
Yeah, you would have had to go to the
But you still
hospital.
would have had to change location.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But I wouldn't have been screwed. I could just
Sometimes
go
it's
to
fine.
another location.
But we would have wound up here at the end
I
of the
wish
day
my phone was
anyway.
working because it's gonna die.
Because you
Yeah.
would have never had the.
Which maybe is easier to be in one place the whole time.
It's
or
maybe
no?
easier to be in one place.
iPhone charger.
But
Mark, do you have your iPhone charger?
When you have a natural birth
we have
plan,
we have a charger.
Here?
it's better to
Can I
not
borrow
be in
it?
a hospital
Can I
because
charge my phone?
the temptation of
Oh my
drugs is
Oh
so
my
readily
God.
available at the
That's like
hospital.
heaven.
That's so awesome.
And
Oh.
you always, you
So
almost
excited.
always have time. So that, you might have a different opinion, but
Lizzie,
I
will
believe it's
will you
okay.
have a baby for me?
No, Look at
Look at
Are
that
you gonna have another
face.
kid? Are you gonna have another
Lizzie,
child?
look at that face.
Yeah, how'd you feel about this, Lizzie? When are you going to have the
Are
next
you gonna
one?
have another one?
I know I said I would never have another
Oh,
baby.
I forgot some quotes.
And
Oh.
funny quote.
Here's some
Wait,
good quotes.
I have to do a new one.